Hello YouTube. I had done a video earlier today and I decided to delete it. A buddy of mine, Randall the Trucker, you need to go check out his YouTube videos. It's real easy to find. Randall the Trucker, he's the only one there. Check out his videos and like and subscribe to him. He's an up and coming trucker and YouTuber, and he's got a lot of great information. He gave me a call and he had watched my earlier video that I posted. He made mention that I had done some stuff I probably shouldn't have done, and I tend to agree with him. So I've deleted that video, and I'm going to do a recap on some stuff that I forgot to say in the one earlier anyhow, and try to remember most of what I put in the earlier video. For those that have seen it already, I apologize. You have to watch it twice. Today is April 13th. I've been a truck driver for 10 days. Hard to believe. I've been driving, of course, back and forth to Dallas, like I've told you guys several times, I'm sure, in these other videos. And Monday I got the opportunity. My boss came to me and he said, you want to hit the road for 7 days? I'm like, well, let me talk to my wife and see. We knew it was coming. We just weren't prepared for it to come now. So anyway, we worked out the things I needed to work out at home, being so close to tax time. Went and picked up my taxes, got them sent off because I wasn't going to be home for it, got my livestock all fed, and so my wife wouldn't have to hassle with that, and I hit the road. So Monday I just stayed local. I went and picked up a run, I picked up a load, and then went back to the yard, and then Tuesday I headed to Dallas. Man, what a cluster that was. I mean, the run was fine, but when I got to the yard, they didn't have any empty trailers. They said they had them. They didn't. I ended up walking the yard and call my boss, tell him that there's no empty trailers. And usually when you go to a yard to pick up an empty trailer, at least from the places I've been, you drive the yard, you look for a trailer with open back doors, and if you want it, that's your trailer. Hook up and get the hell out of there. But this wasn't the case with this place, and I had never been there before, so I asked this truck driver that was there. I said, "Hey, how do you know which trailer's empty?" He says, "You get your lazy ass out of your truck and go look." Okay. Sorry. He ended up being a really nice guy. We talked for a bit. But anyway, I did. I walked the entire yard looking for an empty trailer, and there wasn't one. So I called my boss, and I told him, and he in turn called the company, and then the company calls me, and they didn't believe me either, so I end up walking the entire lot while I'm on the phone with them, reading off truck numbers, popping seals, looking in the inside. Needless to say, there was no empty trailer there. So for people that think that truck drivers are lazy and don't move around much and getting fat, I got plenty of damn exercise Tuesday afternoon walking around looking for a trailer. Well, in the meantime, I was supposed to pick up a run in Ennis, Texas at 5 o'clock. My boss had stressed to me numerous times, you need to be there at 5, you need to be there at 5, and there was no trailer there, so we missed that run, which was disappointing because I wanted to make this run to Kansas. I've got a friend that I haven't seen in 20 years up there, and I was really looking forward to seeing him. But anyway, we found a couple trailers at another yard for another company, and we went over there and grabbed a trailer, and I came and picked up a bunch of Solo Cups and off to Laredo, Texas. Now, that was I've never been to Laredo. I've lived in Texas my whole life. Never been to Laredo, so great. I'm going to head to Laredo. But it ended up being nighttime, and I decided to take road through the hill country rather than taking I-35. I-35 has been really dangerous lately, and there's a lot of construction there. So I elected to take another way around, which is, according to the GPS, was only about 15 minutes longer than going 35, so I elected to go that way. This was a trip of many firsts. First of all, this was my first trip through the hill country in a big truck. I had to learn how to, work the brakes on these things. They don't want to just stop. You got to be careful. You'll overheat them. So that was one thing. And another thing, it was storming. It was storming something fierce. And I got to tell you, the lightning's absolutely beautiful through the big windshield. But But yeah, the storming, that was something. And I was extra cautious. I probably could have made better time than I did, but I was extra cautious because I've never driven one in the rain before, much less at night, and on hilly, curvy roads. So I was cautious, but still, it was a good time. I enjoyed it. Discovered about 100 miles out that I wasn't going to make the. I was going to run out of time before I made it to Laredo. So about 100 miles from Laredo, I stopped at a Petro truck stop, and this was yet another first. It was my first time to spend the night in my truck. First night to sleep in my own bunk in my truck, and it was the first time that I backed into a truck drive a spot at a truck stop, which I've been very, very nervous about. It's really been bugging me because I haven't done that. And, it's one thing to pull between a couple of trailers at a dock. It's a completely different thing to pull between two super nice Peterbilts at a truck stop. But anyway, I attempted to get into two spots. I might have been able to make them, but I did give up on both of them, and I found another spot that was a little easier to get into, and I got in there. I was very happy, and on my first attempt, I got into that spot, and spent the night. And the thunder and the lightning, it was all very, very nice, and I slept well, and I was pretty tired. So I got up the next morning and went and got a cup of coffee and did my pre-inspection on my truck and headed on to Laredo and dropped that trailer and picked up another load, and it was going back to Dallas. I didn't know where I was going. I really didn't want to go back to Dallas. I was hoping they would send me somewhere, but that's fine. Dallas. There we go. So I head out of there, and it wasn't very far. The little inspection checkpoint was open, so yet another first. I pull through the inspection checkpoint, and the guy stops me, asks me if I'm by myself, and then the guy runs the drug dog all up and down my truck, and then they let me go. So I'm heading on back, and I go to pass a truck, and I think right on the other side of that truck was where the flashing light was. It said there was a wait station ahead, and I didn't see that sign. But then I saw everybody pulling into the wait station, so I tried to slow and get over. But man, the cars, they just, man, if you're driving a car, you need to be courteous for these trucks. First of all, they don't see you most of the time. And they just can't get over and go. I mean, when a truck's got his signal on, he needs to get over. He's not just signaling to get over just because he wants to get over like most of you people do in your four-wheeler. I don't know why the hell you do that. But anyway, I needed over, and I couldn't get over, and I couldn't go through the wait station. And that made me a nervous wreck. So I hopped on Zello and hollered at a couple buddies of mine and told them that, hey, I missed this wait station. What do I need to do? And they were very jovial. They said, just pull over and put your hands against the trailer and wait. And but I kept going, and they said, after a couple miles, they said if they wanted you, they would have already got you by now. So I ran my first wait station and continued on. So this time I went ahead and took the same route back to Dallas that I came to Laredo. I wanted to see this stuff during the day that I couldn't see at night. Seemed to take a lot longer to get here, and I finally make it to my drop point at about 8:15 tonight, and I go in and check in, and they say you're not due here till tomorrow at 6 p.m. I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. So I'm learning something every day, and I've learned a phrase that's been said to me multiple times, and I'm sure it'll be said again, and I'm sure as I get further into trucking, I'll say it to others, and that's welcome to trucking. And this seems to be the norm. They want you there in a hurry, but then you need to wait. So I called Hunt, and they said they're going to try to get me in earlier, so I'm going to get my 10 hours in and try to get there in the morning and see if they can get me in early. And I have another run after that. Guess where it's going? Laredo. Excuse me. Anyway, what else? I met a Zello friend the other day from Super Truckers of America. He goes by Candyman. He's a YouTuber also, and I promised him I'd give him a shout out. So go see Candyman's videos, like and subscribe and share, and he would appreciate it. And I told him I'd give him a shout out, so there's your shout out, Candyman. And I'm sure I did it at the beginning of the video, but if I didn't, go check out Randall the Trucker. He's another one. Really good videos. Other than that, I guess I'm going to go to bed. I'm tired. I know that if you've been following the truck driving videos recently, you've seen a whole bunch of drama and a whole bunch of apologies. Well, I'm not apologizing for nothing. Boom. I'm not sorry. Whoever, I'm not sorry. I'm enjoying my job. I wish I would have considered doing this years ago. This even though I'm only 2 weeks in, I'm not a young man. I know when I like something, and I'm having a really good time doing this. And this is by far my favorite job that I've ever had. And I thank my boss for the opportunity to do it, and I look forward to doing it for a long time. So anyway, for the rest of y'all, I want to be a YouTube superstar too. Like, subscribe, share, and hey, God bless y'all, and we'll see you later. I'm Buck Rub, out.